Hello everybody, my name is 711 and welcome to week 4 of the Pokemon Battle Association Season 4. This week we're battling Ben, and if you look at his team, he has the one Pokemon, he is probably the Pokemon I hate most of all, Clefable. And other than that, he's a pretty scary team. He has Hazard Control and support with the Fortress. He has a Mega Pinsir. There's a lot of scary stuff, but so do I. I'm trying this week to sweep with a Quick Feet Ursaring. Ursaring has Facade, which hits everything pretty hard except for the Fortress, and he has Low Kick and one other move that's not coming to me right now. But that's the situation right now, and so let's jump into this battle. So he leads with Heliolisk, and I lead with Excelgor. I wanted to start setting up some layers here, so I decided to go for the Yawn, as Clefable hits me really hard with Moon Blast. So that forced a switch, and I got another set of spikes up. So Ice Shard is going to let Excelgor go down nice and easily. I didn't really think that any more spikes were necessary. So in comes Lantern. I knew not to go for a Scald that turn because it could be water absorb. So I went for the Calm Mind instead. So Slowbro gets Toxic here, and I go for Toxic. So we exchange Toxics, and so we each have a little bit of damage going on here. So here's a Volt Switch. I was holding the Waken Berry for that Pokemon specifically, if not the Heliolisk. So I go for a Psyshock, and it's a decent amount of damage, I suppose. So I decide to switch and preserve my HP as Clefable goes for Calm Mind. I go for the Sharp, and an Iron Head would have taken out Clefable if it weren't for that stupid Babiri Berry. Down goes Bisharp. I was really hoping to sweep between Bisharp and Ursaring, but Ben prepped really well for a Bisharp setup. So that was really unfortunate for me because he prepped for my win condition. So that was really annoying. So this gives Fortress a good chance to rapid spin those rocks away, and he makes a very good switch into Lantern here because I have the hidden power fire, and Lantern can eat up hidden power fires all the time. So now Lantern has some damage here. I decided to go for a Psychic. It was a critical hit, and the special defense drop kind of mattered in the end, so as there is a Thunder Wave here. So next turn he gets a free Scald off as I attempt to finish off this Lantern, but I get paralyzed, and the toxic damage is racking up. He goes for Scald, I go for Hidden Power Fire because that would take out the Lantern anyway. And so in comes Pinsir, and Pinsir is going to be able to finish off Latios really easily with a return. Next comes in Mienshao, who I think either outspeeds or speed ties, I forget. In comes Fortress now. I knew not to go into Slowbro because he still has Heliolisk around with dry skin, so that is going to be pretty annoying. So U-turn does a tiny bit of damage, and now, unfortunately, because I can't switch, because I can't go for Scald, Fortress walls the rest of my team. I had Hidden Power Fire on Excelgor and Latios, and they're both down, so that was really unfortunate for me. I figured, well, if I bring two Pokemon with Hidden Power Fire, then hopefully I can hopefully the Fortress won't be an issue. That wasn't the case. So Fortress does show the Earthquake, and so there are 3 layers up of spikes on my side of the field. I do get the flinch on the Rock Slide, but the toxic damage is just too much. I decided to go for a Facade. Doesn't do enough. and there's the earthquake. And so I send in Mian Xiao at this point, and I decided to go for Fake Out for a little bit of damage, and I calculated that the knockoff should kill, but it actually doesn't because it lost its item already. And he goes for Pain Split. So I go for a knockoff again, and another Earthquake is going to take out Mian Xiao. So he could preserve the 4-0 differential right here and switch out, but he didn't, and I went for Scald, and that took out the Fortress. So in comes Heliolisk, and that's going to finish off Slowbro really easily, and there's the battle. So looking back at this, I'd say that the biggest problem was that the Clefable had the Babiri Berry for Bisharp. If that wouldn't have happened, I would still have Bisharp, and things would be a little bit easier for me. But other than that, I think that we both played very well, and this would have been a much closer game if I still had Bisharp around, because Bisharp could put in a lot of work against the Mamoswine, especially since Mamoswine was Life Orb and not Scarfed. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like this video, comment on this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and there's more Pokemon Battle Association coming your way. So until then, peace.